Golden State by 20. I think it was 19. So close enough. Sorry, I missed it by a point. Missed the first game by 2 points. I said it'd be by 20. It was 22. So LeBron James, the best player on the planet, the fittest player on the planet. I give him all that. The best passer on the planet. Bottom line, third quarter, just ran out of gas. The pace was just a little too intense for him. He started sweating profusely, more than I usually see him sweat. And I think he just emptied his tank. He had nothing left. I kid LaShannon Sharp on Undisputed, again, 9:30 to noon Eastern time tomorrow on Fox Sports 1. But I kid him about, what's LeBron now, 38? It seems like he's 38 because he's been playing so long. He's played 14 full seasons. By the way, this is a cute picture over here. Hazel is watching the postgame show, intently watching, but I have the sound down. So she must be reading lips, which she is highly capable of doing at only 8 months of age. She's very precocious. So LeBron ran out of gas. And that was the ball game because he started to settle for jump shots. He quit attacking. What did he attack? Maybe twice in the whole second half. And then he started deferring like crazy after he went a little cold, started taking poor jump shots, ugly looking jump shots. He said, I'm out. I'll let you guys try to do this. Kyrie had a couple of flashes, a couple of bursts, but his overall numbers were not great. Again, I'm rooting against Cleveland, and every time Kyrie got the ball, third quarter, early fourth, I'm thinking, here it goes. But he winds up 8 of 23 for 19 points. Not good enough because we all know the king needs more help. He definitely needs Uncle Drew along riding shotgun for him, and there wasn't enough of Unc tonight. Not enough. And then I know this is going to be a big issue tomorrow in Undisputed, but I'm going to hear that, the king just doesn't have enough help. He needed help. JR. Where's JR Smith? He's zonked again. He's zeroed again. Hi, Hazel. He came up 0. He went 0 for 2 from the field, only played 14 minutes, and Ty Lue said he'd seen enough. JR just sort of out of sync, out of rhythm. I know he's got all kinds of personal issues, or one big one going on off the floor that we all know about. Maybe that's a big distraction for him, but he was not enough help tonight. Yet I thought in the first half, Cleveland really ratcheted up the defense. That's the best defense I've seen Cleveland play in a while. And again, they got drilled for 40 in the first quarter, and what was the rest of it? They really locked in the second quarter, held Golden State to 27, but then it went back to 35 in the third quarter and then 30 in the fourth. So they're just having a hard time covering him. And then how about Kevin Durant? Here he goes again. I can't help rooting for Kevin. And again, I defended him for leaving Oklahoma City because I've said it 1,000 times on Undisputed and on Facebook Live. He just didn't want to play with Russ anymore. And I couldn't blame him because Russ became numero uno in that franchise. He was treated like the star. Kevin was treated like the 1A star. Management with Russell, they wanted the ball in Russell's hands, late game situations, any crucial shots, they wanted them taken by Russell. And Kevin said, I'm 10 years in. He was going into his 10th year. I just want to win a ring. I want to max my chances. And you got to give Kevin this. If he wins this ring, let's just hypothetically say, if he wins a couple more with Golden State, highly possible, if they all stay together, then 20 years from now, 30, 40, 50 years from now, what will anybody remember? That Kevin Durant won 3 rings. That'll be his claim to fame. That'll be his legacy. Shannon Sharp won 3 rings. How did he do it? Well, he went to the Ravens after Denver, and he joined up with just maybe the fiercest, best defense we've ever seen. That 2000 Raiders defense, led by the great Ray Lewis, of course. Does anybody think about, no? Shannon Sharpe won 3 rings. Kevin Durant's got a shot to win 3 rings. He's got a shot to win 1 this year. Again, hope I didn't lose you there for just a second, but Kevin Durant took so much junk from so many people about joining forces with the team that they had down 3-1 in Oklahoma City, and I just didn't have a problem with it. It's Kevin. And yet Kevin has risen and he has shown in these playoffs so far, especially in these first 2 games of the finals. Those are big-time performances. Got off to a shaky start both nights, and then he's just unguardable. When he starts making threes at like 7 feet tall and 19 feet long, I just don't know how you defend it. And he had a big game, but Steph, how about that? Triple-double. Let me get Steph's numbers up here just so I got them exactly. 32, 11 assists, and 10 rebounds. And the 10 rebounds were huge for Steph Curry. He was all over the boards, hustle rebounds, guard-type rebounds, where he's just out fighting people for the ball, out sort of guessing people for where the carom's going to land. He was really good on the boards. He was Russell Westbrook-like on the boards, and he doesn't do it with nearly as much, obviously, physique as Russell has. Steph a lot slender. Real quick thought, I'll get into more about this on Undisputed tomorrow, but the only thing that's eating at me about Steph, I was a huge Steph Curry fan before his draft. I said he should go number 1 over Blake Griffin. I think I was proven right about that. I think I'm continually proven right about that now that Blake Griffin has turned into the NBA's Tony Romo. He gets hurt like every 3rd play. But why has Steph turned into such a look-at-me showboat, hot dog? I just don't get it. It rubs me the wrong way because he's a good guy. He's a spiritual guy. He's got a great family. He has great parents, supportive parents. It all feels so good, except this new guy that I keep seeing more and more of the last couple of years after his, obviously, back-to-back MVPs, first ever unanimous MVP last year, and then I forget where it was. Where was it? Where they show a shot of Steph, he's resting, maybe it's early 4th quarter, and he's on his back near the bench with a towel covering his face. It's the ultimate look-at-me pose. I'm not in the game, but please focus on me over here on the bench because I'm Steph Curry, 2-time MVP. And I know we got Kevin Durant, but look at me. And I know we got Clay and we got Draymond, but look at me over on the bench. It just rubs me the wrong way. And then he made the one pass, I think it was to Sean Livingston for a bunny layup. Nobody took Sean Livingston. It was a no-look pass, and before he did it, he did the double. I don't have 2 hands, so he did the double. He did it while the ball was actually flying toward Sean Livingston. It's just sort of a hot dog play that he's just better than that. Just go ahead and go up court and play defense. I don't know. He does something like that every night, sits with the towel wrapped around his head. It's just, look at me. He runs up the tunnel. I don't know. He's driving me a little crazy like that, but he can play. And he wasn't like crazy hot from 3, but he made 4 of 11 tonight, and it seemed like all 4 of them were big momentum breakers for Cleveland. And, of course, he made all 14 of his free throws, so he played a big-time game. A lot of clutch shots. Again, a lot of game-changing type, momentum-switching shots or wrecking shots in Cleveland's case. But I don't know. I just wish he'd play basketball. His game has enough whipped cream on it. And yet, he did have, hold on just a second here. Yep, he had 8 turnovers. I think he had 6 at halftime. And I'm convinced that he had a long conversation with Steve Kerr sitting on the bench near the end of the game. I just think Steve was trying to talk him through the 6 turnovers because all 6 of them were incredibly careless, hot doggy, just forced passes. They were too cool passes. He's better than that. All 6 of them could have been made routinely and probably would have resulted in some kind of, well, certainly in a shot of some kind because they were all intercepted or knocked away by Cleveland. It went the other way, often for easy baskets. So Steph was really great tonight, and he was occasionally really awful. But all I know for sure is that the King ran out of gas, and the King is going to need these days off until Wednesday to revitalize back home. Wife and kids, Akron, Ohio. LeShannon Sharp claims he's going to actually stay with them, so I don't know, maybe LeShannon can offer some tips to sort of rehydrate. I don't know. Shannon's into all that stuff, though not as much as I'm into that stuff, because as I keep telling him on Undisputed, I don't know how, but I'm in better shape than LeShannon Sharp. I don't know how that could happen, because I'm like 20 years older, but I'm just in better shape. He knows it. I know it. And yet I do have one quote-unquote vice, Diet Mountain Dew, and I just won another case. I have yet another case bet on the finals. Could we have a reversal of fortune? Could we have Cavs coming from 3-1 down again this time? I'm going to doubt that. From what I'm seeing, Golden State is just better because of the Kevin Durant factor. LeBron did a terrific job defending him for a while tonight, and then just couldn't hang with him. Ran out of gas, just the way he did in Game 4 at home of the 2015 finals when they were up 2-1 with Game 4 in his house. So I don't know what kind of pass the King's going to get tomorrow on Undisputed. I'm sure LeShannon will spend several hours tonight before he goes to sleep concocting and creating a defense for the King. We will see. But I did win a case tonight, and I will win tomorrow. I will see you tomorrow. I will see all you LeBron fans. I love you all. I'm coming. I'm going to be there. Take your questions. Take your comments. I will be outside, what do we call it now, Quicken Loans. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I will be live tomorrow on Fox Sports 1, 9:30 to noon Eastern. Skip Bayless signing off from Los Angeles. A case of